And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks. Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac nachos and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome to it, Ticket Weeknights. Ticket Weeknights being led off by the Husker Football Hour. I'm your host, Austin Orman, joined as always on our Aloe Fiber VIP line by Tom Shatel of the Omaha World Herald. Aloe Fiber is where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. Tom Shatel is a guy that certainly has his finger on the pulse of college football. Tom, it's been a couple weeks. How are you?
Good. I haven't talked to you since Vegas.
I know. That was a time warp. I was there for a week, Tom. It's a time warp. I felt like I stepped into a different planet and then back into reality when I landed back in Lincoln.
Well, you brought home a crown, so good job.
I would love to take credit for it. I did a good job sitting my butt in Section 14. Busy week for the Huskers, though, between winning the championship and already 5 commitments out of the transfer portal for Fred Hoiberg and company. That's just a crazy time in college athletics, kind of summarizing everything, NCAA tournament teams, college basketball crown teams, NIT teams, you name it. Not only are they worried about their current roster, but also about their future roster. It was kind of impressive to hear Fred Hoiberg talk about how he and his staff were handling, not just wanting to get a start on the transfer portal, but it was a necessity that they had their quick turnarounds to play in the college basketball crown, but they couldn't shirk their transfer portal responsibilities at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, obviously, being at the Vegas tournament didn't hurt them going into the portal. It may have helped them, actually. I was there last Wednesday at the basketball availability, and I was just amazed at how they did such a great job of. I guess the phrase is flipping the narrative. I mean, when we go back to that Iowa game, and you and I talked in the press room before that Iowa game, and who they'd play in the Big Ten tournament and all this stuff, and for them to come out and lay an egg at home, actually 2 that week, Minnesota and Iowa. Whereas if you show up and play the way you're supposed to, you're probably going to be on the NCAA tournament bubble, and you might be in. I mean, and for them to do that, and after that Iowa game, I thought, oh my God, this is bad. Yeah. Everybody was saying this is bad, and to go from the NCAA tournament bubble to not even making the Big Ten tournament, it's and so. I remember somebody at that day telling me, they're going to play in the Crown tournament. They have to play if they're selected by Fox in the Big Ten. They're going to take the best teams from each of those 3 leagues who don't make the NCAA tournament. So they have to go. I was like going, well, whoopee. I mean, what the hell is this deal? And turns out they had the best non-NCAA tournament field. And so it's sort of the Crown is sort of, because it's got NIL money, because it's got Fox behind it, has become the new NIT for what that's worth. But it seemed to be worth a lot, especially to the players who won. So it's a good idea. It's a good concept. I just think that for them to win that, and yes, it's very frustrating and maddening when you think, well, where was that effort and energy and the focus when they had the NCAA tournament on the line? Why do they get fired up about the Crown and they aren't fired up about those other games? Who knows? It's Nebraska basketball. We've never figured it out. Nobody in the history of mankind has ever been able to figure any of that stuff out. So, God love them when it's time to go play those tournaments. I mean, they got up for it. So I give them credit for that. I've stopped being the snarky smartass who gets on them and says, well, that didn't count, or don't you dare hang a banner. It's not good. And I say go for it. Nebraska basketball is not too good for anything. If you get a chance to play in a game, that has to be the mentality of that program. Is whatever game they're playing, they want to win it, and they show up to play hard to win it. There's a tournament, they want to win that. So I give them credit, and also they came back from that thing, and people were fired up. And they got the Crown everywhere, and that availability. Javon Gary, sort of like a renewed energy with him and image. And, they were, the last time we saw Javon Gary, he was hugging Iowa guys walking out the field, off the court. We're going, that's no way to end your career. And he didn't. He didn't end his career. He found a better way to do it.
In any other circumstance, Juwan Gary hugging Iowa players would have probably meant a transfer portal visit was inbound, except that he's a senior out of eligibility. So Nebraska, at the very least, didn't have to worry about that. But Tom, I think you make a great point about hanging a banner. I mean, yeah, the guy that got closest to figuring anything out here at Nebraska basketball was Danny Nee. They hung him a banner for winning the NIT, and that team, let's not forget, didn't go on a 5-game losing streak, didn't go on a 6-game losing streak, went on a 10-game losing streak.
Yeah, and that was arguably the most talented team in school history. I'd put it up against the 91 team. I really would. The Strickland, Toronto, I mean, just go on down the list. I mean, it was a hell of a team, and they got sideways. And I remember being in Ames, Iowa on a Saturday afternoon, and they lost Iowa State during that 10-game thing. And Lee Barfak and I are sitting outside the visitors' locker room at Hilton Coliseum, and waiting for Anita to come out, and you could hear the players yelling at each other. And it was a shouting match and kind of ugly. And that's when a couple of days later they went into to see Bill Byrne, and they tried to get him fired. They tried to get Nee fired, and it just, Bill Byrne said, "Get out of here, go back to your coach and get it worked out." And I'll forget that night. Nee didn't do his weekly radio show. He had somebody else in the program doing it, and we thought it was all over. And then they went on this run, and it should have been over after the Big 8 tournament. They lost to Iowa State in the first round. Should have been over. They make the NIT. We're thinking, well, they're not going to last, and they went on this run. So yeah, they hung a banner. But all that aside, I thought the best thing Nebraska showed, whether it was '96 or this year, was they showed some pride. They showed some fight, and that has to count. Mm-hmm. I don't care if we're all disappointed about not making the tournament, but in today's world, Austin, you don't just get to hang a banner or show pride. You get to turn that into a recruiting catch, or you're getting transfers now, and so Nebraska looked hot. They looked hot on TV. They looked like the fans were there. There weren't many fans there, as you know, but the ones that were there were in red. And they looked like they cared. It looked like like it was a fun offense to be in. I was just amazed last Wednesday at the availability. The narrative was Huskers are hot. Huskers are bringing in people. Everybody wants to be there now. Not everybody, but certainly good players want to come there. They've got this trophy, this crown. People are kind of fired up again. I thought the whole thing it's hard to do that. It's really hard to do that. And I was amazed at how people were like, well, we better get, Fred Hoiberg's on the hot seat and all this stuff. And then now all of a sudden he's back. So, in their minds anyway, I give him credit. Yeah, it should have been a second straight tournament. It wasn't. They managed to salvage something out of the season. They could have been or should have been lost. I give them credit.
I think that's fair. I mean, the cloud is present, but so is the silver lining. You can't necessarily have one without the other. And for all the talk we had, Tom, about Nebraska basketball's identity, Fred Hoiberg really harped on what you just said, right, about how good the crown was for a recruiting tool. The fact that they were still playing, the fact that prospects and coaches and players and parents could watch Nebraska on TV. But I do think that, no, Nebraska basketball doesn't have a lot to hang its hat on right now, right? Certainly not a huge run of historical success. And, the vibe around the program is improved, but still not where it was at the end of last year. But you got to start somewhere. And what I took away from Vegas is that it seems like Fred Hoiberg finally has the culture in place. And I know that's a buzzword. I know that's, very, very nebulous and we can jump off on it a little bit, but Bryce Williams, Juwan Gary certainly set the tone for that team in wanting to play. And a team without a good, healthy culture in place folds against Arizona State, folds against Boise State, against then UCF when they get down. They're like, okay, well, last game of the year, we're good, pack it in. And it's not everything. I'm not saying they get, pats on the back for trying hard and playing well, and that's what they're compensated to do. When you sign up to go play, you're supposed to play well. It's the point of the deal. But I do think 5 years ago, neither one of us would have said Nebraska had the culture in place. And I do think that, back-to-back 20-win seasons, if that's the down year, then yeah, not only is the culture in a good spot, but the program is in a better spot than it's been for most of the past 25 years. Yeah,
I think that's a good point. And they could have packed it in, and a lot of people did pack it in outside the program. They came back and cared. It was Bryce Williams and Juwan Gary in the locker room, getting them fired up, keeping them together. That's great. I give them credit. They're on their way out. They could have folded, because who knows what the crown thing is. They weren't going to let their last memory, their last moment be that stupid Iowa game. So they weren't going to, that wasn't going to be their legacy that they were going to leave. So, yes, the culture, and the culture is hard to do because of all the transfers. Everybody, there's not a lot of continuity. But I mean, but again, it drives you nuts, because where was this purpose and this caring, on the last day of the year? Where was, if they had played like they did against Boise and UCF against Iowa or Minnesota, they handled those games fine. The culture is in place, but I don't know if I'm going to blame the culture on those losses or not, on that 5-game losing streak, because it's just a weird team, and they lost 6 or 7 in a row, and then they won 5 or something, and they beat Illinois and Oregon, and they looked damn good doing it, and all of a sudden then they went into another tailspin. It was a flawed team, and a lot of times it had to be Bryce Williams doing, superhuman things, and then those guys playing the kind of defense that they needed to play, but which they didn't always do. So I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't think it was the culture that let them down. I just think it was a strange team. It didn't have a lot of leaders. It didn't have anybody that kind of kick everybody in the butt. Now, who was that guy next year? I don't know. But one thing I like to, I'd like to go back and look at that Iowa game again and see the guys hugging Gary. If one of them was Sanford, right? He's coming, right? So, the good thing about him is he knows how to make baskets at the vault. I mean, he's very comfortable in the vault.
Very much so. I do want to talk about one guy from this transfer class, Tom, and that's Jamarcus Lawrence, right? Comes back after 2 years at Nebraska, transfers to Rhode Island, and then makes his way back to Lincoln. These situations still aren't overly common, but they're becoming more and more common. What do you like or dislike about the reunions between players and teams?
Oh, it's fine. I don't know that he's a guy that's going to move the needle. I mean, he's certainly a good player, and he had games where he was a factor. Is he going to play point guard? I mean, I think, to me, the biggest get that they got was the biggest addition is Rick Bass.
Yeah.
Who knew? Well, obviously Fred did, but the key to this thing is a big man, a post, if you will, who could distribute the ball and find guys open space. Mm-hmm. And Derek Walker did that, and certainly Mass did too. And They didn't have that this year. So you bring him back. If we can get Connor Esiason to shoot like he did in Vegas, where I believe I added that up today. I think he shot 52% from the field in those 4 games, and he was 40%, either 38 or 40% from the 3-point. So I hadn't seen him do that. Like a couple of those games, he was on fire. I hadn't seen him do a whole lot of that. And maybe I didn't get to watch every game, but that's the kind of guy they need next year. And you could put Sanford and him together doing that. Then all of a sudden, the guys inside, can go at it a little bit. So, and certainly they're going to need Burkhead to do, to take a step forward from this year. But it's good to have Lawrence back. But it's just good to have depth. It's good to have somebody that knows the system too.
It certainly never hurts. One guy that knows the system but probably won't be back is Nico Iamaleava at Tennessee. Tom, I know you wrote about that. We'll take a break and we'll discuss everything going on in Rocky Top in Knoxville when we get back to the Husker Football Hour.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Rose Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is excited for the upcoming spring season and the warmer temps, and they want you to get outside and be active. Fleet Feet's Fit ID process takes a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Get back on your feet this spring with a trip to Fleet Feet, open 7 days a week at 77th and Pioneers. Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ticket weeknights led off by the Husker Football Hour. Austin Norman with you, 1040 Oak Street. Tom Shatel with us on our VIP line, sponsored by Aloe Fiber. Tom, if we didn't know it was a new age of college football and college athletics in general, I suppose, I guess our eyes were opened starting at the end of last week throughout the weekend with everything going on in good old Knoxville, Tennessee. What the heck is going on at UT?
Yeah, last week I this headline that came across my laptop. It said a Tennessee quarterback leaves after contract dispute or something like that. I'm going, well, I said, well, who's the quarterback of the Titans? Because it must have been, I don't know, why did I get this? And they're, no, the Tennessee Volunteers said, holy crap, you got to be kidding me. As I read it, and I just couldn't believe it. And but now, obviously, I mean, I do believe it because I believe anything right now. So, but it's just, it's crazy. That it was interesting to see the reaction. A lot of people fell on the side of Josh Heupel and the Tennessee program of saying, you know, nobody's bigger than the program. You're getting $2.5 million. Just, you know, show up for work and show up and earn your pay. and you know, he was a quarterback where they went to the playoffs last year, and he and his handlers, and I think the world now is run by handlers, parents, agents, friends of the family, friends of the agent. They're in charge, and they apparently thought that he deserved a raise. So I don't know that this is. People are really, the reaction to this is interesting because some people think this is going to be a trend that is going to correct NIL, and that it's going to show everybody that the schools have had enough, and then they're going to bring the price down. But I don't know that that's true or not. I think we may be entering an era of a big time free agency where these guys are, you know, they're going to start getting paid this fall. they're going to get a salary basically from the university. They're going to be on the payroll, so to speak, and I think it's just going to open up a whole bunch of doors that are going to lead to crazy places because there's no guardrails, there's no rules. The NCAA, this is their answer, and it's just going to be. We're going to go from one crazy place to another. So, what I wrote about though, also was, what are we going to do? As fans, as media, as sports talk show hosts, how are we going to handle this? Nebraska football players who we see all the time are going to start getting paid this fall, and there's going to be a number next to their name, and it's not the number on the back of their jersey. How are we going to react to that? Are we going to be more critical, or are we going to scrutinize more? If somebody throws an interception and they're making whatever amount of money, will people come down harder on them? The gamblers certainly will, but I'm just saying, and I wonder, will the school tell us how much everybody's making, and like they do? The athletic department salaries come out every year, and you kind of see what everybody's making. And are they going to? I mean, there's going to be public record requests, open record requests on these things, and Creighton doesn't have to do it because they hide behind the private school thing. Nobody knows what any of those guys make. In Nebraska, it's kind of open, and people are going to want. I think people are going to want to know what every player is making, and I don't want to know. I'd rather not. I don't want to sit there in the press box and go and let that kind of taint the way I see it play, and I just don't want to go there. But you know what? We're already there.
It's crazy that we are on the doorstep of the House settlement officially being approved. And that's just the darndest part about it, Tom, is that on the one hand, none of us should care. It's not our business. Good on the players for making the money that they haven't been able to make before. But on the other hand, if it's coming out of the athletic department, how relevant in the public sphere is it? Is it tax dollars? Is it not tax dollars? Can you promise that the money's just coming from the TV contract? I think it's separate, but the same at the same time. It's bizarre. But I think what's really going to happen, and what's going to take people probably a few years to catch on to, is that it's the professional model, right? I mean, if you know what someone's making, pro salaries are out there. People can look it up on all sorts of contract websites, for better or worse, right? Sometimes it's interesting to look at, but I do think that in the internet era, you got a lot more people playing not only head coach, but also playing GM. Right? Playing general manager. Well, can we swap this salary? How does this fit into the pie? This is why this guy's a good value. This is why it's not a good value. Fair or not, the salaries are going to get out for better or worse. People are going to know what some players are making, and we'll see how that goes. But I think to me, the bigger question is, should we be subjecting the college student athletes to this? Because it is getting more and more professionalized. Is it fair? Is it not fair to hold these college athletes to the same standard that professional athletes are held to? I think fans of, guys like us that write and talk about this for a living, we're going to have to figure out what that line is and how to walk it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I say and what I wrote about. And, if these guys are old enough to get a salary, if they're old enough to get paid $2 million, they're old enough to I take a little criticism, okay? Mm-hmm. But where does it end? And is it going to be the conversation? We could be talking about money all week instead of the game. I don't think so. For the people who follow the Chiefs and the NFL, well, nobody talks about, after a Chiefs game, Travis Kelce makes this much. Why is he playing better? Or what? They don't mention the salaries in the NFL. They just talk about the games. And the players and how they play. But I think in pro sports, we're so used to they're getting paid. It's just part of the deal. What's not part of the deal in college? And so I just wonder how it's going to go over. It may be nothing, but I hope it's not a conversation about money all the time and comparing rosters, comparing players to the opponent coming up. Or, I don't know. I just think it's I guess the only rule is that there will be no rules. People will just do what they want. But I think Nebraska fans are, very supportive of the team and the players. It doesn't mean there aren't critics. There's certainly people that get on people or get on players if they have a bad game. But I just wonder how much will the money they're making, how much will that factor into how we see these guys? Will we see them differently?
I think it will change the way we see them. I think it's going to have to, right? It's such a monumental change that even if we don't really care at the end of the day, it's the lens everything is being viewed through now. So whether or not we want to, view the players the same or we think they deserve to be viewed differently, the way that we're going to view them is certainly going to change. But to me, Tom, it's more about how quick will the sticker shock wear off, right? How long will it take to settle in to that new rhythm and that new routine? And, you've lived here for a long time. I've lived here my whole life. We know Nebraska is a pretty darn traditional and pretty conservative state, but we also know Nebraska likes football. Will Husker fans care about the money if the team starts winning? My guess is probably not.
Right. And I'm curious about there's a lot of good shows on the Ticket and a lot of former players on those shows. And what are they going to be saying about this? About these things? Jay Foreman and Adam Carricker and the gang. I mean, are they going to be focusing on the money? Well, I was sure I didn't get that, so on and so forth. I mean, is that going to be, I guess, a narrative that is played out maybe before the season and it goes away, or I don't know. I'm not even saying it's bad. I just wonder. What I hope is it doesn't become so. It doesn't become like, okay, well, we talk about it all the time. So yeah, I'm talking about it now. I'm writing about it now. I'm hoping I'm not doing that in the fall.
You're trying to get it out of your system, right?
That's right.
The other thing I think working in favor of current athletes right now, Tom, a shameless plug for the people in the athletic communications office who do a pretty darn good job of, if someone's going to ask a either a bad question or a misinterpreted question or an insensitive question, however you want to phrase it, about money. I do think Nebraska athletes are in a pretty good spot, though, because the communications staff is going to do a good job of training them up for how to, handle questions about money or how to, change the subject. But we have to remember at the end of the day, professionals make mistakes, and these are young college athletes. There's going to be a tough road. There's going to be a blow-up situation. You just kind of wait and brace for who it's going to be and how bad it's going to get, because we know things take on a life of their own at Nebraska anyways.
Yeah. My hunch, and maybe this is more of a hope, is that I don't think there's going to be a lot of questions about money. I don't think in the weekly availabilities, we're going to ask questions about how much they make or this or that. I mean, I don't think it's really relevant. It doesn't really have anything to do with how you play. Mm-hmm. It's just money that they're going to get, and everybody's getting it. So I don't think it'll be a question. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to ask the question. Well, you're making $1 million. What do you think? Or you think you're overpaid? You're underpaid? Man, I'm not going to ask that. So I just think that it'll be interesting to see. I don't think any school is going to want to release the numbers, and I think that they're probably going to fight it. I don't think anybody's going to want it out there, unless they think it's a recruiting tool for some reason. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, they already have a precedent where they release the salaries for the athletic people, so it's already out there. So there's going to be requests. I mean, can you picture? I can picture a conversation on a radio talk show where salaries all come out on the Big Ten, and you compare how does Dylan Riley, how does he compare to the Ohio State quarterback or the Iowa quarterback or the UCLA? How does it stack up? And where does Nebraska rank? Everybody's probably spending the same amount on football, but how do they pay their guys? And you look at the receiving room. All those receivers are very talented, going to get the same thing. I mean, these are things that give me a headache. And the NFL, that there's collective bargaining, there's a union, there's agents, there's a GM who does all the negotiations, and they kind of slot guys, and they kind of do it by where you're drafted and you're a free agent, what you've done in the past. It's all kind of makes sense. And if there's a holdout, they figure all that out. I don't know what that's going to be like in college football. I'm fascinated, and I'm kind of afraid. So this is not my college football. This is not the one I grew up with, but it's here, and so I'm covering it. So I'm going to cover it.
And we appreciate that about you. The phrase I always come back to is morbidly curious. It really is what happened to the game I love. Watching through the clasped fingers, one eye open at a scary movie, whatever it is.
Right.
Before we go to break time, I do have one more for you on this. We'll obviously dive into this more in the next segment. But assistant coaches, right? They face the media here and there, mostly coordinators in season. But officially, some of these players are going to be making more than their assistant coaches. So some reckless young assistant is going to let something slip about how fed up he is with his players. They're making more than me. Oops, probably shouldn't have said that. Do you think we see a world in college athletics where, head coaches maybe take a little less money to get more in line and save some funds for the players? Do you think that gets redistributed to assistant coaches so the coaches are still higher paid than the players? Or is this, fully professional where the coaches just have to get over it? The players are going to get a bigger slice of the pie than they do.
Well, assistant coaches, I mean, you talk to Sean Butler, who talks tomorrow, by the way, or Terry Braden, the case came from the Chiefs. All of those assistant coaches in the NFL all make way less than the players. So they're used to it in the NFL. They're not worried about it. They're just trying to coach and win. So I don't know that is going to be a big factor or not. And I don't think it would be. I don't think you're going to see. I mean, if Nebraska football, if they get $15 million to split up, you're talking about 105. Well, I don't think all 105 are going to get paid. I think Rule made a division line earlier this spring. It said something about the top 57 or something, and they kind of broken it up. They said they'd broken it up into that group. I think that was the number, but so you wonder if that's how many guys might. I mean, it'd be interesting to see everybody who's going to do it differently. And what I want to know is also, okay, we all assume that the people that care about college football are probably going to spend about 15 of their 20.5 on college football.
Yeah.
So something Michigan is going to do that. I mean, would Ohio State, would they go to 16? I mean, I don't know, but what's Michigan State going to do? They've got basketball. What about Indiana? I mean, I can see Indiana maybe going 10-10. Yeah. We're going to spend more on basketball than anybody else in the league, and we'll spend less on football. We love your Kurt Signetti, but Indiana basketball matters more to us than Indiana football. So I wonder how that's going to go. And so not everybody's going to be the same. And it's just going to be fascinating. And what revenue sharing is going to do, this house settlement, it's going to show everybody what every school's priorities are, what matters to you the most. And I would not be surprised, and I expect it, Nebraska's number 2 is going to be volleyball. And you don't bring in Danny Busboom to, she's not there to finish 3rd or 4th. She's not there to, not go to the regional and lose. So they're there. I keep the train rolling, and so I don't know how many schools in the Big Ten and around the country are going to do that. Just taking for instance Louisville, where Busboom came from. They're good football, and they're Jeff Brom is their guy, and he's from Louisville. He played at Louisville. They're going to take care of football. They're really going to take care of men's basketball. They've already come out and said that they're going to pay $7 to $10 million for hoops.
Yeah,
men's hoops, and they also like women's hoops, but they like volleyball. They're not bad at college baseball, but you can't do it all, and it just depends on how much NIL is going to be used as a supplement for some of this stuff. But everybody's going to have priorities, and I would not be surprised if Nebraska's number 2 is volleyball. So it'll all be interesting. But I just think the football equation is, do you pay? I think offensive linemen are pretty valuable. Do they get as much as a receiver? It is kind of like the NFL in that way, where you look to see who gets the most money. But I'm sure if there's a way for and good news is Matt Rule has been in the NFL, and he can handle a locker room. That he can make sure this doesn't tear anything apart. He's kind of been through all this stuff. He's had to deal with agents. He's had to deal with the high salaries. He's got a couple of guys, and the new general manager is an NFL guy. So I mean, I'm sure it'll be very much like that. But we'll just see. We'll see if that number 20.5 sticks. There's a lot of people that think that antitrust, with no collective agreement, that you're putting a salary cap, you're putting an earning cap on players, and there should not be a cap. There's no cap on coaches, while there's a cap on players. So I think that this thing could go a lot of different directions.
And we are waiting with bated breath to see what it is. Should get resolution by the time the fall season rolls around, but it's the NCAA. You never quite know. He's Tom Shatel. I'm Austin Norman. One segment to go on the Husker Football Hour right after this.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Rose Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Ticket Weeknights, Husker Football Hour. On the Allo Fiber VIP line, we have Tom Shatel of the Omaha World Herald. A constantly changing landscape of college athletics here, Tom. Random kind of question on that subject there. Of course, Nico Yamaleva and his representation were asking for $4 million. Who's the one Husker all time you're giving $4 million to build a team around?
Oh, boy.
I know there's a lot of them.
Tommy Frazier.
That easy for you, that quick.
I mean, I think he's the. If I had to me, Johnny Rogers is the best player in Nebraska history, but Tommy Frazier is right next to him, and I'd say as a quarterback and a leader, I think he'd be the guy. But that's an interesting question. You know, we had the Jet Award here last Thursday night in Omaha. Johnny always brings in his Greg Pruitt, all his buddies, Rich Glover, all kinds of guys from the past. And I thought about asking those guys, what do you think about NIL? What do you think about this and that? And, maybe a couple of them might have got paid. I don't know. But it wasn't $4 million, I guarantee you that. But anyway, I mean, I'd love to know, what would the value be of those 90 teams? What would they, Zach Wiegert, all of them, the Peter guys, Mike Minter, just on and on and on. Calvin Jones, Dave Remington, the 80s, Turner Gill, just, going down the list. I mean, it would have been interesting. I mean, we haven't, people in Nebraska, certainly people that remember it don't forget, but we haven't had a winner in a long time, not like that. And so in the era of NIL, what people do, if they could pay anything to have a team like that, what would they pay them? It might be crazy.
Oh, it would be crazy. I mean, almost assuredly so. And especially, Tom, you see a place like Texas Tech, for example, right? That's a school that, hasn't really won anything of importance. The funny part about college sports, really, with the pros, sure, owners want to win in the pros, But I feel like in college sports, we might see some school that's off the beaten path, that's never been a traditional power in anything, decide, hey, now's our time. We're pooling our money and we're going for it, right? Of course, Nebraska has history and tradition to fall back on. But I do wonder if there ever comes a point that Nebraska, its donor base, whatever, has had enough of Nebraska just kind of being there and says, screw it. We're going all in. Here's the best roster money can buy. Now pay it off. I could see that sort of investment in, dare I say, desperation from a certain class of Husker fans.
Yeah, I mean, you're to do that, you'd have to put all $20 million into it, because everybody's going to put I think the minimum, buy-in into the game is probably going to be about 15 or 16 million. So, I mean, everybody's going to do that. That's why there's probably more opportunity to make a move in college basketball than there would be in football. All the football guys are gonna ante up. They're all in. And if you're not, your AD is probably not going to be around very long. I mean, your coach sure as heck isn't going to be around very long. If you're not paying, your USC and UCLA, if you're not paying what Ohio State and Michigan are, I mean, what are you doing? So, it's liable to hurt the college basketball programs at a lot of these football schools. That's why a lot of people think the Big East is going to make a move. I mean, a lot of those Big East schools that have $1 billion endowments are going to throw the basketball programs like $7 million a year just as a crumb, just to go get players. So, but I wonder about the schools that like basketball. What are they going to do? And so it's just going to be interesting. But yeah, but you're right. I mean, I'm sure Nebraska people want to do whatever they can do. The question is, does the expensive roster, is that a ticket into the playoff? I mean, you still got to coach them up, still got to outplay people. But yeah, do you need high price guys, or do you how many do you need? I mean, it'll be wild, and who am I kidding? That's all we're going to be talking about.
we tried to justify it. We tried to think about 17 other things we could talk about. Tom, I am afraid you're right. That is probably where we end up settling. We're going to get out of here. Tom, great to catch up with you again. Thanks for your time. We'll do it again in a week.
Thanks, Austin. See you.
It's Tom Shatel of the Omaha World Herald, our guest here on the Husker Football Hour. You can make sure you check out all Tom's work at omaha.com. Also on Twitter at Tom Shatel, OWH, I believe that is. Tom, as always, joins us on our VIP line. It's sponsored by the great people at Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber is where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. I can attest. I am an Allo customer. Been with them for about 3 years now since I moved into my house. It works well. It doesn't just work well, works basically flawlessly. So give the great people at Allo Fiber a call today to learn more about their fiber, internet, and more. For Tom, I'm Austin. Don't go anywhere. More Take It Weeknights after this.
Spring has arrived, the temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing.